Ugh, cockroaches. Everybody's had to deal with them,
Yeah,
right?
they're pretty much a universal problem.
Nobody likes them. They just kind of show up
Uh,
and make themselves right at home. But I saw this ad, and it kind of caught my eye. And I thought it was a really cool way to deal with these little unwanted guests.
oh, really?
It's for a company called Clean Sweep Pest Control. And they're actually based in Pakistan.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I really thought that there were some good lessons that we could learn from them about, how to deal with these pests, even if we're not in Pakistan. So I thought maybe we could do a deep dive on this company and see what we can learn.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Okay. So one of the first things that I noticed about this ad was that they're not just saying, we get rid of cockroaches. They're really focused on specific cities in Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
like Islamabad and Rawalpindi.
Mm-hmm.
And they're even talking about expanding into other cities like Peshawar, Lahore, Karachi.
Hmm. That's interesting. It seems like they're really trying to build up their expertise in those specific regions.
Yeah. And they talk a lot about understanding cockroach habits. I
Yeah.
mean, why is that so important?
Well, cockroaches aren't all the same.
Right.
What works to get rid of one type of cockroach in one city might not work at all in another city with a different type of cockroach.
Oh, so it's like you need to know who your enemy is before you can actually fight them.
Exactly. You got to know their habits, their diets, their behaviors,
Yeah.
even like what kind of pesticides they're resistant to. All of that can vary depending on the species and the local environment.
So Clean Sweep is really emphasizing understanding those local habits.
Yeah.
Which I guess is key to actually controlling them.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do they actually put all this local knowledge into action? They keep mentioning this comprehensive service, but what does that even mean?
Well, I think they're probably talking about more than just spraying pesticides.
Yeah.
They're probably thinking about sealing up entry points, identifying and eliminating food sources,
Mhm.
and maybe even using baits and traps in really strategic ways.
What?
Yeah, for example. They might use these gel baits that exploit the fact that German cockroaches really love sweet foods, and then they'd place those baits near their nesting areas.
So it's like you're outsmarting them.
Yeah, you disrupt their whole breeding cycle.
Wow. That's a lot more sophisticated than what I usually do, which is just like,
Mhm.
run around with a shoe in the dark.
Yeah.
The other thing that I thought was really interesting about their ad was that they're highlighting their economical pricing. I mean, pest control can seem like kind of a luxury sometimes.
Right. It's definitely something that a lot of people put off until they really have a big problem.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just assume that it's going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
But Clean Sweep seems to be trying to challenge that perception.
Yeah, it's really smart marketing. They're emphasizing affordability so that more people will consider using their services.
Yeah, it makes it seem more accessible.
Right.
So I guess if we were in Pakistan, we'd be calling them right now.
Right.
But even though we're not in Pakistan, I think there's a bigger takeaway here.
Yeah.
And that's that we don't have to just live with pests.
Exactly.
Like, there are professionals out there who can actually help. And it might not even be as expensive as we think.
Yep.
So I guess what we've learned is that effective pest control really goes beyond just, squishing the occasional cockroach.
Right.
It's really about understanding their habits and using targeted strategies to actually get rid of them.
Exactly.
Well, this has been a really interesting deep dive. I think I've learned a lot about cockroaches.
Me too.
But I guess it leaves me with one question.
Okay.
What are your biggest frustrations when it comes to dealing with household pests? Have you ever considered reaching out to a local expert? There might be a Clean Sweep equivalent right in your area, just waiting to be discovered.
That's a good question to think about.
Yeah,
I wonder what other innovative solutions are out there.
exactly. Maybe there's something we haven't even thought of yet.
Right.
Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Okay, until next time.
See ya.